The wait is over. It's now playoffs are underway. And we're going to start with the District 6 6A championship game. Mifflin County, the number one seed, fell in heartbreak fashion last year to State College. They lost 7-6, walk-off fashion. It's really one of the most heartbreaking losses I've seen in a while. But something's different this year. Mifflin County's the one seed. They play Altoona. Altoona beat State College 1-0. Eric McAllister pitched in that game. He threw 85 pitches across the whole game, and he got 7 innings of work. McAllister is going to throw this game as well. But Mifflin County and the Mountain Lions, they split their first 2 games. Altoona won in the first meeting. That was Mifflin County's second game of the season. I believe it was Altoona's third. It was their home opener. I know that for a fact. But later on in the season, Mifflin County hosted Altoona, and things went different that time around. 4 runs in the first 5 batters. Tanner Straub, who was pitching, got pulled after 5 batters. After that, it was shut down from the Mountain Lions. But Mifflin County's pitching was able to do enough to win. Chase Hartung started that game. He'll start this one as well for the Huskies. With the bye, everybody's available for Mifflin County for sure. And if seeing how Altoona's throwing McAllister through the whole game, everybody's going to be available for Altoona. We're going to get into tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Huskies. Leading off and playing center field, it'll be Evan Strohecker. We see him out there in the coaches and captains meeting. Rain is imminent. I know that's off topic, but rain is possibly coming into the future, but with this high elevation, you never know what way the clouds could break, weather stuff. Madden Weaver is going to be playing second and hitting second. Smith playing first. He's hitting third. Didn't see him hitting his last time in the game against Mount Union. He got hurt in the home finale, in league play at least, against Cumberland Valley. Or no, he got hurt against Mechanicsburg. My apologies. My memory's coming back to me now. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but nonetheless, that's besides the point. Smith's been injured as of late, but he's good to go for the District 6 championship. Batting fourth for the Huskies will be Carl Shirey. Shirey leads the team in extra base hits, home runs, you name it. Him and Lepley tied at 2 apiece on the season. We Chase Leister, who's had a walk-off hit against Cumberland Valley, which helped Huskies propel them to Mid-Penn Commonwealth champions. He had a 2 RBI single against Chambersburg, who came runner-up in the league. The final score was 3-2 in that game, so Leister playing a pivotal part in that 5-hole. Catcher Easton Lepley is going to be hitting 6th, and then 7th is going to be the designated hitter Thad Gerwick hitting for Chase Hartung. But nonetheless, the anthem is going to commence here at Mount Aloysius when we return. First pitch from Mount Aloysius College. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball.
Of Mount Aloysius College for today's 6A baseball championship featuring the women's seeded Mifflin County Huskies and the blue seeded Altoona area Mountain Lions. Before we begin, may we please have your attention for a few announcements. Spectators may not enter the field of play or bench areas at any time. This district takes good sportsmanship very seriously. We invite you to cheer loud and proud, but always with a positive attitude. Please be aware that actions meant to demean opposing players, teams, spectators, and officials are not in the highest ideals of interscholastic education and will not be tolerated and could be grounds for removal from this event. Thank you for your cooperation as we promote good sportsmanship at all of the championship athletic events. We now ask that you stand and honor America with the playing of the national anthem. Now let's meet the starting lineups for the visitors in this game. The two-seeded Altoona area Mountain Lions. Leading off and playing left field, number 11, Tanner Stroud. Calling second in catching, number 21, Nick Kraft. Hitting third in pitching, number 29, Eric McAllister. Playing cleanup and playing first base, number 22, Connor Waite. Hitting fifth and playing right field, number 27, Carter McConnell. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 23, Braden Pike. Hitting seventh and playing shortstop, number 1, Alex Glasgow. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 3, Cody Webster. And batting ninth and playing second base, number 24, Talon Palladini. The Mountain Lions are led by head coach Tom Smith and assisted by Jacob Hargraves, Jason Jones, Steve Webster, and Brandon Lingenfelter. And now the starting lineup for the home team, the one-seeded Mifflin County Huskies. Leading off and playing center field, number 23, Evan Schroeder. Playing second base, number 27, Madden Lever. Playing first base, number 21, Jaden Smith. Cleanup and playing shortstop, number 15, Carl Shirey. Playing fifth and playing left field, number 44, Chase Leister. Batting sixth and catching, number 11, Easton Lemley. Seventh and pitching, number 7, Chase Hartung. The designated hitter, number 43, Thad Gerwick. Batting ninth and playing third base, number 17, Lincoln Rubel. And playing right field for the Huskies, number 4, Reese Christopher. The Huskies are led by head coach Greg Huckle and assisted by Dan Kokendorfer, Brett Leister, and Jeff Konecki.
Lineups have been announced, the anthem's been played, and Chase Hartung's on the bump for the Huskies. Hartung has a 5-0 record whenever he started, including a win against Altoona at Capoliez Field. No better guy you'd want on the mound if you're the Huskies. You could say the same for Altoona. They're throwing their number 1 guy, Eric McAllister. So Tanner Straub's going to lead us off, and these two, Straub got the last laugh against Hartung, hitting a 2-run home run in that game at Capoliez Field. Made it a 2-run game, but that's all the closer Altoona would get with a 5-3 final score. Hartung threw a curveball in on the hands, but Straub was just able to rope it to left center field. But nonetheless, all the work this season, the Mid-Penn Commonwealth League champions go up against the Mid-Penn Commonwealth number 3 seed, Altoona Mountain Lions. Number 2 in the district, number 3 in the Mid-Penn. The only team that beat Altoona was Chambersburg and us. Base umpires everywhere for it being a playoff game, so you can tell the nerves are up. It's been a gloomy day, to say the least, here at Mount Aloysius. But the sun is slightly out. It's not raining, so we will take it for now. So Straub, the right-handed hitter, flying left field, steps into the box for the first time today. Mifflin County lost last year's district championship game 7-6. Walk-off fashion. It got under the glove of Rubel for the game-winning play. New team, new Huskies. It is 4:33, first pitch, and we are underway to decide a champion. It's there, strike one from Hartung. The Husky crowd behind me gives its approval here after the first pitch. Hartung has two fastballs, a slider, and a curveball as there's taken ball one. 1-1 the count. 1-1 the count. Senior v senior. That one hit the other way. That'll be foul down the line. 1-2 the count. One, two, nobody out. First batter of the 6A championship game. Strap settles in. Here comes the 1-2 from Hartung. That one hit into right field. Christine giving chase. That's going to be over the wall and a leadoff homer for Tanner Straub. Altoona takes a 1-0 lead early. One nothing Mountain Lions lead. Unbelievable. So now Kraft comes up. He has not had an extra base hit all season, but the Mountain Lions have done damage early. Mifflin County put a 3-spot up last year against State College in the district championship. There's ball one. That one low. 1-0 the count. Here comes the 1-0. Take strike one. One batter in, 1-0 our score. In Mount Aloysius. 1-1. Curveball's high, 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 to Hartung. Or from Hartung. That one's going to go the other way for a base knock into left field. So Kraft will be on with a single. 2 batters, 2 hits. And McAllister's coming up to the plate. Going to have a courtesy runner here. Number 4. Be Bozer. One already through. One on first, nobody out. Top half of the opening frame. Pickoff in there safely. First pitch. That one gets back up the middle. Kraft thought about heading to third. Won't. 3 batters, 3 hits for the Wildcat. No, not the Mountain Lions. My apologies. We're going to have time here called by Coach Hopple. We're going to take it with him. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MC TV Baseball. We welcome you back to Mount Aloysius College. Top of the first, nobody out. Runners on first and second, one already through. Then homer single to start this one out for the Mountain Lions. That one fouled down the line, 0-1 the count. It's a ever so slightly drizzle. I wouldn't even call it a rain. I just say a drop here and there. From what I'm feeling. Here comes the 0-1. Curveball blocked by Lepley. 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1. That one hit center field. Stracker should get under it for a much needed first out. Runner's going to tag to third. Throw down. He is out. He slid off the bag and a big double play as there's runner on second with 2 away. He overslid the bag. Smart heads up play by Rubel. Nice job by Rubel to keep the pressure on, make sure the tag is still applied in case of an overslide, which just happened. So now we're going to call that a great throw by Stroecker to able to get it there. Now there's 2 away with a runner on second. Mifflin County can get out of the inning with only allowing the homer. They will be very happy with how that first inning started. First one, Chopper the second. Weaver throws it over to first in time to end the frame. Quick first inning. Huskies trail by 1. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MC TV Baseball. We welcome you back to Capolias Field as the rain has been significantly dropping heavier. But now McAllister comes up to the plate, or to the mound. Mifflin County O's only allowed 1 run, though, having first and second. The rain is picked up. Not enough for the game to possibly get called. We'll just call it a pretty strong drizzle. But with the way the clouds are moving, that cell storm that is out in left center field over the school should be brushing our way, which is not something you want to see for the Huskies. McAllister steps up against Strohecker, lead us off in the bottom half of the first. First pitch to Strohecker, takes outside, 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 to Strohecker. Takes strike 1. 1-1 the count. To the All-State second team senior. Here comes the 1-1. Wind blowing from left to right. Strohecker pokes it foul down the line. 1-2 the count. My apologies if the camera seems to be just moving on its own. I'm just trying to brush the water off of it. 1-2 the count to Strohecker, the center fielder who had the outfield assist last time. Strohecker back up the middle. That'll be a base hit. So the tying run's on first base. Now Weaver comes up to the plate. Jaden Smith, who been injured, he's on deck for the Huskies. 1 on, nobody out. Nice job by Strohacker to fight that at bat. So now Madden Weaver comes up to the plate. He's hitting second, playing second. Had the final putout. First pitch. Weaver takes strike one. 0-1 the count. Something Mifflin County's been so good at this season is capitalizing on their opportunities. Down 1-0. This would be a big spot for the Huskies early. It's an 0-1 count. Nobody away. Weaver bunts. Beautiful bunt. Just advances the runner. Now Jaden Smith comes up making his return to the plate for the first time in about a week and a half. So now Smith comes up, 1 out, runner on second. Famously, his brother Xavier Smith had a big home run 2 years ago, the last time the Huskies won the district title. First pitch to Xavier's younger brother, Jaden. Hit him in the helmet. And Smith, who just came back from injury, that is the last thing you want to see. That one high and in, got the helmet. That's why you wear helmets in baseball. That exact reason. The trainer's going out to talk with them. Coach Hoppel's going out to talk with them. And all while this is going on, the rain is getting more and more heavy. Smith's walking it off. Love to see it. Gets an applause from the dugout. So now Shirey comes up. Mr. Extra Base hit. Rain picks up more as it gets really heavy. Thankfully, we have an umbrella over our equipment right now. So now you can see the rain. It is bouncing off the camera. First pitch to the shortstop. Takes ball one. 1-0 the count. Here comes the 1-0. Popped foul out of play. We'll have ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 hit for the Huskies. Runners on first and second. Here comes the 1-1. Swings through strike 2. 1-2 the count. One, two, the count. Here comes the 1-2. Shirey popped it foul. Back our way. It is a downpour here. I'd like to thank the MCT at Mifflin County Baseball Community helping me out with some umbrellas. 1-2 still to count to Shirey. Shirey hits that one back up the middle. Strohacker with a lot of speed. They're going to send them home. We are tied. Rain is picking up. Time is called. Surely you think at this rate they're going to call the game any minute. That is a downpour. Right. Yep, that's it. They've called it. Time is called. Now this is a downpour. There's lightning. 1-1's our score. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. Check. Check 1 2. 1 2 check. All right. Well, I'm soaking wet. We're tied at 1, and we still got 6 innings left to play. We're in for a doozy here, folks. So now, after the rain delay, the very heavy rain delay, dare I say, Leister comes up with 1 away and runners on first and second. Now we have time called by the grounds crew. Not sure what for, but I'd like to thank the MC baseball community. They really helped keep this stream afloat. Having multiple umbrellas. Really the whole 9 yards. So the first pitch after the rain delay to Leister. Leister hits it back up the middle. Same story. Just a couple of minutes later, Smith comes around home. He is safe. The Huskies lead 2-1. And the Huskies have their first lead of the District 6A championship game. Now Lepley comes up with runners on first and second. 1 out. So the last 2 pitches, about 20 minutes apart, and 2 runs have scored for the Huskies. Chopper, foul. Lepley wanted it. So 0-1, 1 out, runners on first and second to Easton Lepley. Catcher's had 2 home runs this season. Takes strike 2, clipped the top part of the plate. McAllister looking for a much-needed out. Oh, 2, 1 away. Pitch outside, 1-2 the count. McAllister only allowed 3 hits, no runs against State College in the semifinal game. He's allowed 2 through 1 out. Here comes the 1-2 to Lepley. Gets a much-needed second out, McAllister does. There's 2 away. So now Gerwick comes up, 2-1, 2 away, 2 already through in the inning. Rubel on deck if we get there. It'll be Chris Stein on the top of the order following him. First pitch to Gerwick. Popped up, foul to play, 0-1. Oh, 1, 2 away, 2 already through, and the bottom half of the first, Huskies, after Tanner Straup's solo home run to start the game, have answered back with singles. Takes strike 2, 0-2 the count. Oh, 2 away, bottom half of the first. Huskies have 2 already through. And it'll stay that way as Gerwick looks at strike 3. Huskies, though, do the damage as they lead 2-1. They win the opening frame. When we return, Chase Hartung goes back onto the bump for the first time in about an hour. Or it feels that way, certainly. It's 5:08. We'll say it's been about a half hour since Hartung's been out there. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MC TV Baseball. We welcome you back to Mount Aloysius, where this first inning had about everything. So Pike now comes up to start the second. The rain's still falling here at Mount Aloysius College. First pitch from Hartung. Hit to second. It's going to get through, and it'll be a leadoff single for the Mountain Lions. New ball for Hartung. That one rolled through the wet grass. Runner on first. Nobody away for the six hitter. First pitch to Hartung. That's high. 1-0. Nobody out. Takes ball 2. 2-0 the count. Runner on first, nobody away. Top half of the second. Huskies lead 2-1. High and in. 3-0 the count. Should be take all the way. Ball 4. It'll be a 4-pitch walk. So 2 on. Nobody away. We've been in the spot before if you're Chase Hartung, and he's managed to not allow a run in this situation. Bottom of the order. It's up at the plate. Squeeze a bunt down, goes back foul. 0-1 the count. Nobody out. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. So put a bunt down. That'll go foul. 0-2. Nobody out. First and second. Down by 1. The Mountain Lions are. There comes the 0-2 from Hartung. He struck him out. First K of the day for Chase Hartung. 1 away. Runners on first and second. And with Straub on deck, is it a homer off Hartung his last 2 at bats? First pitch. High 1-0. Would not want to walk the bases loaded for Tanner Straub. Here comes the 1-0. Steps off. 1-0. 1 out. First and second for the 2 singles. Take strike 1. 1's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. There comes the 1-1. Curveball had him frozen. 1-2. 1-2. 1 out. Hartung already has 1K in the inning. He has his second. Had him swinging at the slider. Stroup comes out with 2 away and 2 on. The leading runs on first. Tying runs in scoring position. Hartung needs to get one back against Stroup for what he did in the first inning. Straup's got to continue what he's been doing for the Mountain Lions. He went opposite field. First time up. First pitch. Blocked in the dirt. Going to hold the runner, or the runners will go. Lepley holds on to the ball. 1-0. This whole part of the order has gotten a couple of hits. 4 team hits, and 3 of them were the first 3 batters. 1-0, 2 away. Walked in the dirt, 2-0. Two away, 2 in scoring position, top half of the second. The 2-0. Takes ball 3. 3-0. Should be taking all the way here. If you're Stroup. Oh, with the power he is, you never know. Takes strike 1, 3-1 the count. This at-bat, you feel, it's a lot of momentum. A pivotal at-bat here in the second inning. 2 in scoring position for a guy who has had a homer this game. Swings through strike 2. We'll go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Second and third. A big pitch early in this District 6 6A championship game. Hartung gets set. Scoreboard is lit up. Here comes the payoff. It's high. It's a walk. Base is loaded now with 2 away.
All right, go get him here.
So Kraft comes up, does not have an extra base hit all season. He's 1 for 1 with a single up the middle. Hartung gets set. Steps off. Hartung gets set. Takes strike 1. Nice fake pickoff played there by Rubel over at third. Looked like he was going over to cover the bag. Maybe pulled the eyes off of Hartung just for a split second. It's now an 0-1 count. Fouled, back out of play. Now 1 strike away from leaving the bases juiced. Altoona already has 1 runner left on base. Mifflin County had 2 in the bottom half. But the damage was done. Huskies lead 2-1. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Hartung to Kraft. Poked foul, will do it again. Kraft staying alive here in the at-bat. Seeing how the tying run's 90 feet away, and the leading run's across the diamond. Hartung, though, is 1 strike away from leaving the bases jammed. Expect Hartung to go with some off-speed, maybe a chase pitch, seeing how he's so far ahead in the count. Here comes the 0-2. Weak dribbler down the line. It'll be foul. We'll do it again. Kraft doing just enough to stay alive in this at-bat. Artung wants a new ball. With the wet turf, the wet grass out in the outfield, can't really blame them. And we expect McAllister to do the same in the bottom half of the frame. 0-2, 2 away. Here comes the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Artung checks on the runner at third. Here comes the payoff. He struck him out! Artung strikes out the side. Huskies lead 2-1. We head in the bottom half of the second. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. We welcome you back to Mount Aloysius College. Lincoln Rubel leads us off. It'll be 8-9-1 to open the order. Rubel's going to get that down into the gap for a base hit. So Lincoln Rubel has a single to lead off the second. And a big first pitch hit for the third baseman. So now Chris Stein comes up to the plate. Had a home run against Mechanicsburg. Here comes the first pitch. Chris Stein pops it up. Confusion in time for the out. One away with Strohecker, who had a single back up the middle his last time up. So Stroh comes up. One away. One on. Here in the bottom of the second. Huskies left the bases juiced last time. Take strike one. Luckily. Strohecker now. There's a pickoff. Strohecker got the signs from head coach Ray Hoppel down the third base line. Coach Leister down the first base line for the Huskies. Takes outside. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom half of the second, Huskies hold a 1-run lead. It is I don't want to say an ugly day, but it is not the best of day. It's going to get through the 5-6 gap. Strohecker's 2 for 2 with a single up the middle and through the shortstop and third baseman. And now Weaver comes up. 1 away. And a runner's on first and second. Weaver, in his last time up, he had a sac bunt. Smith is on deck if we get there. But with the speed on the bases, I highly doubt we're going to get a double play. Unless it is directly to third. The rain and slightly the wind is starting to pick up. You can see it out in center field with the American flag just to your right part of your screen. Here comes the first pitch to Weaver. Takes strike one. 0-1 the count. Oh, one away. First and second. Rubel had a bloop single and Stracker pushed one the other way. Time's called by Weaver. He'll slow things down up there. The reason we aren't more behind home plate is because there's a... I can't move my camera all the way to the right because of the umbrella. There's a blue screen right beside us. And the dirt, one's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 on in the bottom half of the second. Huskies lead by 1. There comes the 1-1. Weaver hits that one over the shortstop's glove. They're going to send Rubel around home. The play at the plate. He is saved. Huskies lead 3-1 off of a Madden Weaver single that got by the shortstop's glove. So now, once again, runners on first and second. Huskies lead by 2. See if they rule that a hit or a error, according to the scoreboard. We don't know. I guess we'll never know. So Smith got hit in the head this last time up. Boy, would he just love to absolutely crush a ball right here. Smith hits that one. Going to be a tough play. Gets out at second. But there's runners on the corners for Carl Shirey. Great play by the shortstop, able to make up for the at bat last time. I believe they did rule it an error against Altoona. I personally would have given it a hit. Seemed fast off the bat. Kraft behind the plate is going to call play 70. What that is, we don't know. Wild pitch realistically scores Strohacker. First pitch low, ball 1. Leister's on deck. He had an RBI in the first. So now as the rain has turned into a mist, maybe even that. Here comes the 1-0. Shirey, that's going to get over the shortstop's glove. It'll score Strohacker. That's into the gap. They're going to hold him at second. Shirey, 2 RBIs in the game. And the Huskies lead 4-1. Now Leister comes up with runners on the corners. The Huskies with a 3-run lead. Don't want to say they have a little bit of house money to play with, seeing how it's only the second. You never know. Leister's had 2 pretty clutch hits. One being a walk-off against Cumberland Valley. And then he had a 2-run single. That one's going to get over the shortstop's head as well. The Huskies are raking right now. 5-1 the Huskies lead after a Smith single. Leister's got 2 RBIs. Shirey's got 2 RBIs. And Lepley comes up, and we're going to have a mound visit. Eric McAllister, one of the best pitchers for Altoona. Going to be... We're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. My apologies. There's the end of the inning, but the Huskies add on 3 more, leading 5-1, heading into the third. We welcome you back here to Mount Aloysius College. Hartung goes out there looking for another shutout inning, but the Huskies have a little bit of house money to lie on, leading by 4-2. First pitch, take strike one. 0-1 the count to McAllister. Blocked by Lepley. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike. Nobody out. 1-1 from Hartung. Take strike two. Got the outside part of the plate. Husky crowd gives their approval. There is a lot of Husky fans here. Mount Aloysius is about a 2-hour drive from Mifflin County, but the fans have came out and support. Here comes the 1-2. He struck him out. 4 straight Ks for Chase Hartung. And they're all at the top of the order, too. So now Waite comes up. My apologies, 2 of them are at the top of the order. You forgot that Straub walked. Now here comes Waite. That one got him in the elbow. And it'll take first base. Now we have time as the ball rolled back right about 3 feet away from us. Nobody came back. Got the balls. The rain's picking up once again. How am I not shocked? Runner on first, 1 away. Hartung gets set. Fires. They're going to say if he went. Did not. 1-0 the count. This is very similar to how the first game or the second game went against Altoona. Mifflin County jumped on the gun against one of Altoona's best pitchers. That one's going to get hit into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Runners will play station to station. First and second with 1 away. Two on, 1 away. Top half of the third, Huskies lead by 4. Holds up ball one. Here comes the 1-0. Popped up. Foul territory. Smith giving chase. Out of play. Smith slips on the pebbles out there. And you know, the guy who just can't seem to catch a break can't catch another one. I think Smith tried to grab onto the fence. He's been dealing with shoulder problems. Let's just hope it isn't that same shoulder. Smith walking it off once again. Smith walking it off. Smith just catching his breath, getting another minute to relax, and the sun is back out. Something I didn't think I'd see or say after how the first inning went. One's across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Mountain Lions trail by 4. That one gets hit. 5, 4, 3 in time. What a double play for the Huskies. Mifflin County's able to get out of the jam. A can of corn right there. That ends the inning. Huskies still lead by 4. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. We welcome you back to MCTV Baseball. Mifflin County leads by 4 after a big double play turned by Rubel, Weaver, and Smith. Smith's getting attended to by the trainer. It's the bottom of the order due up here. There's ball 1. Take strike 1. New pitcher. Wait. Was the first baseman. He's now stepped onto the bump. Gerwick hits that to third. It gets through the gloves. Throw down to first. He is safe. That one's going to get away. Gerwick had the intent of going, so it's not a by the book if he were to jog back to first base, and the fielder was able to put a tag on. He'd be called out, even though he stayed there. There was intent. Nonetheless, Gerwick's going to reach on an error. Now we're going to have a courtesy runner here. We're going to have a pinch runner, my apologies. It'll be Gatlin Kaufman going out there to run for the designated hitter. The way Mifflin County's been hitting, you can call it a conga line. By the end of this game, my sweatshirt might need to go through the dryer about 20 times because I'm soaked, I'm cold. But I'm telling you what, watching this team is a blast. First pitch to Christine inside 1-0. Or no, that's Rubel, my apologies. Christine's on the on-deck circle. Mifflin County's going to need to score a run if the injured Smith is going to want to come back to the plate this inning. Here comes the pitch to Rubel. 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. Rubel looked to squeeze a bunt down. Goes around 1-2. One, two, nobody out. Runner on first via the error. Maybe expect to see some movement by Gatlin Kaufman. He'll stay put. That one hit back up the middle. Going to be tough to turn two. Get the out at second. They hold it at first. So it'll be a fielder's choice. Great play by the second baseman, able to slide, contain that ball. Here comes Christine with Strohecker on deck. Takes inside. Ball one. 1-0. Crown over. Just coming out of the bullpen. He's getting loose over there. Expect him, Gerwick, maybe to come into relief. Maybe even Madden Weaver if things get way too crazy. 2-0 the count. Here comes the 2-0. Takes inside 3-0. Take all the way here. I want to go back to the first inning. Ray Hopple, head coach Hopple, had a mound visit. 3 batters into the game. A homer, single. He decided to keep Chase Hartung in. He could have easily taken him out of the game, gone to a different arm, and we could have gone from there. But no, he trusted his guy, and he's gone almost perfect as there's ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk, and Strohecker comes up with a runner in scoring position. But nonetheless, he showed trust in his number 1 guy. It's been a homer by Altoona and a lot of base runners, but nothing else has crossed the plate since the leadoff hitter. Strikers 2 for 2. Single back up the middle and a single in between the shortstop and third baseman. Can he maybe pull one and get the trio? Striker takes strike 1. 0-1 the count. Oh, 1 away. Striker takes strike 2. A rare 2-take count for Striker. Usually if he falls behind 0-1, usually swings at the 0-2. Or the 0-1, my apologies. But he didn't there. Fall behind 0-2. Only has 1 strikeout all season. The All-State's second team center fielder does. Tying away 1-2. Striker is one of the best eyes I've seen at any level, really. If he knows it'll be a strike, he knows where to put the bat just to foul it off. Here comes the 1-2. Strohecker chops it to third. 1 error by the third baseman. Throw over to first. He's in there safely. Strohecker will reach on the fielder's choice. Nice hustle by Strohecker. And it's a very good sight to see Jaden Smith is on the on-deck circle. After 2 scary plays this game alone. Times called by Weaver. They're telling Waite to step off. Now Weaver gets set up in the box. I believe Waite was trying to maybe quick pitch right there. First pitch to Weaver. Takes outside, ball 1. And I'm telling you, Smith is not the guy you want to see on deck in this type of situations. Really, if you look through this lineup, there's nobody you want to face. He knows Wade's trying to quick pitch, so Weaver's taking his time. Takes outside 2-0. It's not raining, but the wind has slightly picked up more. So you look in the American flag at the background on the right side of your screen, you can see it blowing from left to right. 2-0 to Weaver. Steps off, we'll do it again. Takes ball 3, 3-0. Here comes the 3-0 to Weaver. Takes strike 1, 3-1 the count. Now this is the most intriguing count in baseball in my opinion. You take it, it's ball 4, possibly. You also take it, you miss maybe the one pitch you'll get to hit. If you swing, it's 3-2 unless you get a good piece of it. Here comes the 3-1. Weaver pops it up, foul out of play. Catcher giving chase. Count is full. Scoreboard is lit up. First time I'm going to show you guys the scoreboard out there. Huskies lead 5-1. Strohecker will be off over at first, with the base open at second. Here comes the payoff to Weaver. Takes ball 4. Now Jaden Smith comes up to the plate with the bases juiced and 2 away.
What do you say, Jay?
Bases juiced for Smith. Smith wanted the moon on that one. Falls behind 0-1. He was trying to go hit that ball as far as his brother did 2 years ago in a game where Mifflin County beat State College 10-5. Comes the 0-1. That's high. It's going to get by. Rubel's going to come home. It is a 6-1 Huskies lead. And the FREE free chants come down from the Husky dugout. Huskies now lead 6-1. 6 runs on 7 hits. Not going to do it. With no errors, Altoona has 1 run on 5 hits with 2 errors. Both of those errors eventually have led to runs. Here comes the 1-1 to Smith. Takes low and inside 2-1.
Come on, Jay.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Smith. Swings through strike 2. 2-2's the count, with 2s across the board.
Come on, Jaden. Good job here, kid. Do a job.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Smith foul tipped into the glove. That'll end the inning. But the Huskies extend the lead. They lead by 5. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. So now Staines comes up to lead us off here in the top of the fourth. The Huskies 12 outs away. First pitch from Hartong. Kicks outside, ball one. Takes strike one. Got the bottom part of the zone. 1-1 the count. Takes strike two. A beautiful curveball. 1-2 the count. Here comes the 1-2. Struck him out. Another one for Hartong. Ever since the first three batters, he's been wheeling and dealing. So now Webster comes up to the plate. One away in the frame. First pitch takes outside, 1-0. Here comes the 1-0 to Hartong. Takes strike one. Well, one's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here comes the 1-1. That one hit. Hartong, what a play! An unbelievable catch on the mound. We have 2 away in the frame. I don't know how he got to that ball. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how he got that ball. Swings through strike one. Chase Hartong right now is looking like the best form we've seen him all season, and he's 5-0. Swings through strike two. Crazy curveball. The way with Hartong is wheeling and dealing right now. You almost expect him to get the strikeout. Here's the 0-2. Weak dribbler. Lepley fumbles the ball there. There's some confusion. Now a runner on first with 2 away. I might have jinxed him right there. I'll take the responsibility on that one. We're going to rule that an error. Now Straub comes up. He has the 1 run. The opening plate appearance of the day. Since then, it's been all purple and gray. Straub, center field. Strohecker giving chase. Uses the wingspans, able to bring it down. That ends the frame. Huskies 9 outs away from winning the District 6 6A championship. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MC TV Baseball. We welcome you back to Mount Aloysius. Well, now here comes the first pitch from late to Shirey. Take strike one. Oh, on the count. Shirey. He pulled a Chase Hartong. Right back to the pitcher. It's almost like you put it on rewind, but the sides were switched on that one. One away.
Come on, Chase.
Now Leister comes up. One away. Runners nowhere. First pitch. Takes high. 1-0. Takes high. 2-0. Three-0 the count to Leister. Comes the 3-0. Leister took his hand off the bat before the pitch even came in. Takes ball 4. Now Lepley comes up.
Go Easton. Come on, buddy, you do.
Comes the first pitch to Easton Lepley. Takes strike one. Caught the inside part of the plate.
Come on, got 2 big ones left. Come on.
Time is called. Lepley swings through strike 2. 0-2 the count. 0-2. 1 away. Runner on first. Takes ball 1. 1-2 the count. One, two. Pitch was called outside. Lepley pops a foul out of play. We'll do it again.
No, bro.
1-2. 1 away. Sets, fires. Takes inside. 2-2 the count. Here comes the 2-2 to Lepley. Sets, fires. Holds off. Count goes full with Leisner on first. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Payoff pitch. Lepley strikes out. He is out at second. A strike him out, throw him out to end the frame. Altoona still trails by 5. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. We welcome you back to Mount Aloysius. The Huskies are 9 outs away from the District 6 6A championship. They lead by 5. 2-3-4 due up in the frame. Kraft steps up to the plate. First pitch, weak dribbler. Hartung's going to call for it, throw over to first. Yeah, going to say he's safe. Let's say the throw pulled him off the bag. So now McAllister comes up. And have a courtesy runner here. Hopple wants time, and we're going to have our first coach umpire discussion here. The ruling is that I believe he would have been out. They're going to ask if he pulled his foot off the bag. Just getting confirmation. And that's a quick umpire conversation. So runner on first, nobody away. I don't want to jinx anything, but I think we might be clear on rain. Takes first pitch high, 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Takes strike one. 1-1 the count with nobody away in the top of the 5th. Here comes the 1-1. That one popped up. Leister in left giving chase. Getting under it for the out. Runner will not tag. 1 away. So now Waite comes up to the plate. Bars. Takes first pitch outside. Ball 1. One out. 1 away. That one hit off the bag. It'll be a fair ball. Runner's going to go from first to stay at second. Station to station ball for the Mountain Lions. Now the middle of the order coming up. So now Carter Carl come up to the plate. One away. First and second. Hartung takes a breath up on the bump. Curveball misses high. 1 out. If Hartung gets in trouble, Crownover's been warming up in the bullpen really since the first inning. Could also see Thad Gerwick. He got pinch ran for. Takes strike 1. Beautiful paint job right there from Chase. Senior varsity starting quarterback for the Huskies. Led them all the way to a playoff game. 6-4 regular season record. He's 5-0 on the bump. That one, weakly hit to the shortstop. Shirey is going to catch an infield fly. There's 2 away. Pike comes up 2 on, 2 away in the front. First pitch. Lepley blocks it. One of the best things he's at is just blocking wild pitches behind the plate. He very rarely lets people get free bases. But also, he's such a strong. He is one of the best defensive catchers I've seen at the high school level. Comes to 1-0. Inside 2-0. Two away. Missed outside. 3-0 the count. 3-0 is going to be taking all the way here. Takes outside. It'll be a 4-pitch walk. Bases juiced. 2 away. Staines comes up. Coach Hompel trusting his ace out on the mound. He's gone through 4 2/3. Can he get through 5? Popped up. This should be routine. Lepley calling, or Rubel calling for it. Fair ball, out number 3, and the Huskies 6 outs away from the District 6 6A title. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. We welcome you back to Mount Aloysius. White steps back onto the bump. Gerwick in there at the plate. First pitch takes high. 1 out.
Let's go back. Come on, get started off.
First pitch to Gerwick. Second, popped foul out of play. 1-1. Takes high. 2-1. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody a part of the MC baseball community that helped out keeping the equipment dry during the heavy rain delay. Without them, probably wouldn't be equipment. We'll just say that. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gerwick after he looks at strike 2. Gerwick, chopper. Going to be a somewhat tough play. Throw over to first in time. Got him by half a step. Now Rubel comes up to the plate. Rubel comes up. He scored his last time up after a wild pitch. Rubel gets that one right to the shortstop, 2 away. Now Chris Stein comes up. Strohecker on deck. Last run that was scored was in the bottom of the third. It's been almost 2 whole innings since our last run has been scored. Huskies lead by 5, 6-1 is our score. Let's go back to the first inning. Mifflin County's first batter, Altoona's first batter went Yapo the other way. That one, plate's about 56 feet away. That maybe got 50. Counts 2-0. But nonetheless, Tanner Stroup went yard going the other way, giving Altoona a 1-0 lead. Then 2 straight singles and runners on first and second. Chris Stein pokes that down the line. Foul. 2-1 the count. You're just joining us. Then Coach Hoppel had a mound visit. He had a decision. Does he say, we should go to a different arm, they're hitting them really well, or do I trust my guy out there on the bump? That one, we'll just say that just missed the zone. 3-1 the count. But nonetheless, Coach Hoppel said, I'm going to stick with my guy. Then, he got out of the inning without allowing another run. Since then, it's been all Mifflin County. That one's high. Chris Stein reaches on a walk. Strohecker now coming up to the plate. Mid-Penn Commonwealth League champions are 6 outs away from winning the district title. Pickoff. Chris Stein's down at second. He is safe. Chris Stein with an incredible play. Now the Altoona fan base dugout not happy with the call. But now the runner on scoring position, no pitches. Chris Stein was able to reach off the pickoff. Steps off, we'll do it. Well, I usually say we'll do it again, but we haven't done anything yet. Weaver's on deck. Smith's in the hole if we get there. Strohecker puts a bunt down the line, it'll go foul. Bunting with 2 outs, a very risky strategy. But if it's able to work out in your favor. That one wasn't called by Coach Hoppel. Gave a little laugh to Strohecker, said that's a good idea. But Strohecker's 2 for 3 with reaching on 2 singles and a fielder's choice. Strohecker pokes that one foul. That one's on the discus golf course. Oh, 2 away. Comes. Pitch to Strohecker. Takes outside. 1-2. There was anybody on the team to ever have like a 20 pitch at bat. It's Evan Strohecker. He fouls off pretty much anything in the zone. 1 strikeout all season. That one hit him in the funny bone. Nothing funny about that, but take his first base. Everybody giving up a little bit of a laugh there. Strohecker looks to be okay. First and second, 2 away. Weaver now comes up to the plate. Huskies looking to extend their lead. First pitch. Weaver looks to put a bunt down. It's going to roll foul. Once again, another bunt with 2 outs. Once again, another one foul down the third base line. Oh, 1-2 away. Weaver takes strike 2. 0-2 the count. Smith on deck if we get there. Here comes the 0-2. Weaver takes high and in. Runners are going to take second and third. Now Kraft slides right in front of us. Now first base is open for Weaver. The force out now is away everywhere other than first. It wasn't any of the bases. Now it's only first. Here comes the 1-2. Weaver foul tipped into the glove. That'll end the inning. Mifflin County still leads by 5 when we return, top half of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MCTV Baseball. We welcome you back to Mount Aloysius College. Still out on the bump, number 7, Chase Hartung. He's gone through 5 innings through 70 pitches. It probably took him 10 to get the first out. Here comes the first pitch from Hartung. Take strike 1. Got the outside part of the plate. 0-1. Time is called. So there was an elbow guard just, I guess, laying there in the grass. Not sure if it's from Strohecker or from a previous batter. 0-1. Curveball. Ew. 0-2 the count. Nasty. Here comes the 0-2. Fouled off, barely able to hang into the at-bat for at least one more pitch. Here comes the 0-2 once more. He struck him out. Chase Hartung, another one. And there are 5 outs away from picking up the District 6A championship. Now, as we've reached the bottom of the order, both teams on equal number of hits, but Mifflin County has capitalized more. Take strike 1. Got the lower outside part of the plate. Here comes the 0-1. Take strike 2 in the exact same spot. Here comes the 0-2. He struck him out. They're going to say you went around. 7 pitches, 2 strikeouts for Chase Hartung. The Huskies are now 4 outs away from winning the District 6A championship and guaranteed a spot against Erie McDowell in 6 days' time. right here back at Mount Aloysius. Takes ball 1. 1-0 the count. That one in a very similar location as the first two pitches to the previous batter. But now, Straub comes up to the plate. Third time these two are facing off. My apologies, fourth time. Here comes the 1-0. Takes strike 1. Straub won the first at bat, but ever since then it's been number 7. Comes the 1-1. Chop to third. Throw over to first. In time for the out. Mifflin County, 3 outs away from a district championship. Give it up for Chase Hartung. 6 innings of 1-run baseball. When we return, we'll see if the Huskies get out on any more insurance. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MC TV Baseball. So now Jaden Smith comes up to the plate to start off the bottom of the 6th. Nicknamed Jaybird, according to the people in the Mifflin County dugout and community. Inside. This guy cannot catch a break. Absolutely not. He's been sliding out in the outfield. He's been hit once, nearly hit a second time. Just takes strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. 1-1 the count. Inside, called strike 2. 1-2, nobody out. 3-4-5 in the frame. Chopper, foul ball. Smith's going to hang in there for at least one more at bat. One more pitch, my apologies. Here comes the 1-2. Smith leaves it up high. 2-2 the count. Smith, left field. Wind kills that one for the first out. Now Carl Shirey comes up to the plate. Now Parker Crownover heading to the bullpen for what we will assume to be the final 3 outs. But who knows, maybe Hartung's going to close it out. First pitch to Shirey. Shirey fouled back into the forest behind us. 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 from Waite to Shirey. Takes high. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Shirey gets that one over the second baseman's glove. Shirey's going to be digging for 2. And with how deep the fence is, Shirey Mr. Extra Base hit, strikes one more. Shows off the Huskies nameplate. Now a runner in scoring position for Chase Leister. Now Lepley's on deck. Here comes the first pitch. Leister takes inside. 1 out. Here comes the 1 out. Leister swings through strike one. 1-1 the count. Mifflin County once again takes the lead in hits, leading 8-7, but they're leading by 5 in the runs category. Here comes the 1-1. Leister takes way inside. That one in between the umpire's legs. Went 5-hole on the catcher. You don't see that every day. 2-1 the count. I don't think Carl knew where the ball was, or else he might have been able to take third. But he'll stay put across the diamond from Leister. Here comes the 2-1. Leister takes strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Inside will go full.
Come on, Chase.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Popped up. Down the first base line. It'll be foul. We'll do it once more. Count is full. Leister pops this one up. Foul. That one's behind us. Heads up. Three balls, 2 strikes. Once again. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Leister. Running up Waite's pitch count. Hartung got about 8 pitches last inning. Here comes the payoff pitch once more. Leister hits that to short. Throw over to first. Picked out of the dirt for the 2nd out. Crownover still warming up in the bullpen. Now Ezra Beamer, hitting for Lepley. Gerwick's on deck, runner on second with 2 away. Beamer takes strike 1, 0-1 the count. Oh, 1, 2 outs. Takes high, 1-1 the count. Comes the 1-1. That one hit to short. Throw over to first in time for the 3rd and final out. But Mifflin County up by 5 is 3 outs away from the District 6 6A championship. Don't go anywhere. You're watching MC TV Baseball. So Kraft now comes up. Hartung's still out there. He's thrown 81 pitches. Conover still warming up in the bullpen. So now the lights go on in center field. Really, all throughout the outfield. My apologies. First pitch fouled back 0-1. Chase Hartung can go 7 innings after having runners on first and second. And with one already through, as your first 3 batters, takes ball 1. 1-0 the count. Or 1-0, 1-1, my apologies. Takes strike 2, 1-2 the count. 3 outs. All the Huskies needed. Here comes the 1-2. Takes high 2-2. Wants a new ball. Two balls, 2 strikes. Hartung gets set. That one hit. What a play by Smith. A leaping grab at first. Used all of his vertical. 2 outs away. With the game Smith has had, he needed a play like that, and boy did he execute. Now McAllister. He's allowed the 6 run, or the 5 of the 6 runs. Got done after the second inning. Takes ball 1. 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Missed low and away, 2-0. After McAllister, it'll be Waite. So there's 1 in the dirt, 3-0. Takes ball 4. It'll be a 4-pitch walk. Double play ball will end the game. Now Waite comes up to the plate. Hartung checks back on the runner at first. Takes a deep breath. Sets, fires. Swings through, strike 1 on the swing. 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. Curveball taken for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Hartung comes set. The 0-2. Chopper. Hartung up in the air to Smith. Gets the out at first. 1 out away. So now McConnell now comes up to the plate. Runner on second, 2 away. The first at bat was the only run the Mountain Lions have had all game. Ever since the first 3 batters, it's been all number 7. First pitch. That one clubbed right field. You're going to have to make room in the trophy case as Mifflin County has won the District 6 6A championship game. We thank you all for watching MCTV Baseball. What a game from Chase Hartung. What a game by this team. 6 days' time, we play the winner of Erie versus McDowell right here at Mount Aloysius. Be safe and have a great rest of your week.